recording. So, we're back. Everyone's a little less full. We can get playing now. So I'm going to just start off with some vignettes, and I'll push you guys together probably as we go. So, I want to start with Burroughs. After your adventures in the weird zone, did you end up staying around the base, knowing that it is getting colder, or have you moved back into the wildernesses around?
No, with the encroaching cold, also I feel like I've been consulting the weird and getting interesting feedback. Like I don't I think I'm in town and I'm on the prowl. I'm on the lookout for things that are changing.
Okay. So we'd probably catch you in town. There's a part of the base, sort of affectionately called the Warren. It's the old barracks. It's where a lot of the population stay, especially before they're kind of given a nice house to stay in, or become one of the guards, or do something to make them useful enough to give them. Most people in the apocalypse probably sleep where they work effectively. So if you're the woodsman, you get a nice wood shack to stay in and make homely. But you'd be staying in the Warren, which used to be the barracks, and is now home to several families and stuff of scavengers and scroungers. And you're here. It's always kind of smoky inside because people trash can fires, yeah, and they have to keep the place warm, and the generator's only normally turned on for a few hours a day. But there's always plenty of firewood in this world. It just tends to be quite damp firewood. So you're there. You're in that. What would Burroughs be doing when we found him in the Warren? Where is he? Like, is he set up shop somewhere? Would he be moving amongst the people? How are the people reacting to him?
Probably not. The not like low birth or uncommon folk or whatever, but like the more like weirder the like and more intense they are, the like less I'd like to hang around them. And so with these like just generic people, I probably don't like want to hang out a lot around them. I don't like how I feel around them. Like they're not very interesting, to be honest.
Yeah. So perhaps
and he's just like they do their thing. He won't bug them as long as they don't bug him. And he like probably just like sits around and is consulting the weird. Actually, I kind of just want to roll weird and see what happens to start out.
Yeah. Okay. Just get us going with a roll. Get yourself some quick XP. 7. Which means you get a kind of fractured, confusing vision. Okay. So you're there in your room, kind of staring off, rocking. I kind of pictured it's just kind of a room without like even maybe like a steel bed frame and then like sheer hard walls, but you're in the corner, and you're crouched down. You're looking around, and you kind of described it if you saw the vibes of the world, yeah? Like, you saw...
Like, the vibrations that people generate, like, just the sound of their lives happening.
Okay. So you're watching these vibrations, like, beat and, like, meld and shift, and you fall deeper and deeper into your trance until you see... a wolf, with long, very sharp teeth already covered in blood. And it's growling at another beast of some kind, like perhaps a wolf, perhaps more of a dog, sort of a kind of some sort of half-breeded like mongrel dog. And the dog's like holding a small child in its mouth. You kind of see this as the world will pulse, and then the dogs will appear, and every time, and then they'll fade away, and it'll pulse, and they'll appear again. And the dogs they're both growling at each other, and eventually the wolf jumps forwards, biting the baby to get at the dog, kills the dog, kills the baby, and then stands up and howls. And as you're watching, the blood that was kind of around its teeth already spreads like through its veins up to its eyes and down its neck, and the wolf looks more unhealthy. And then you get woken up by someone going, "Hey, hey, Gun." Someone's clicking their fingers in front of your face.
If you could see it, like it's in the deepness of his hood, but like his eyes just are like off, pointing in different directions, but like completely unfocused, and then they just like snaps into it. Once he starts realizing that someone's trying to talk to him, he's more or less with him.
Yeah. So there's 3 guards in the room with you. They walked in while you were in the weird, basically in the maelstrom. You don't recognize 2 of them. You've not really been in town long enough, but everyone recognizes Balls. He's
fucking balls.
Yeah, he's this kind of slightly overweight, quite tall, ugly guard. One of the more senior guards, and up there also a well-renowned corrupt asshole. And he's clicking his fingers like, "Hey, wake up, Gun! Come on."
So I kind of rouse myself into focus, and I kind of just like look around the room, and I stand up, and I'm like, this wasn't where I was. And then I'm like, I have to like take a second to remember that I'm in like this like weird place again.
You take a little too
I'm like
long.
looking at them.
You take a little too long for his liking to get your bearings. He steps out of the way, and one of the other guards throws. I don't know how many. He throws your water bucket over you. He did not pick up your bedpan. He throws your water bucket over you. There's a big splash of water.
It just like slicks off of my coat, but like the stuff that gets me, I'm like, ooh, cold. I'm like, I was already kind of like paying attention. Can I help you?
Yeah, you need to come with us.
As long as you don't touch me again, we're cool. I'll do anything.
I'd like to do anything today, anything other than touch you.
Then we have a deal. That's the deal. Don't touch me. I won't touch you. And I like wiggle my hand at him, my left hand.
The gloved hand?
With the glove, yeah. I'm like, I won't touch you.
Cool. He wiggles the sawn-off shotgun out, like he's got kind of tied to his waist in return. Like, hey. Tom.
I'm gonna blow your head off.
And we fade out on like Burroughs being led away by these guards.
Being pushed around by rifles.
You have a violation glove.
It's very much Pip-Boy. It looks like Pip-Boy, but like bolted. It's custom. It's custom hardware, bruh.
Embers. You're on your boat. You've just like finished.
I'm on a boat.
I was literally about to say that.
Is Embers working, or is Embers?
I don't know if she's spent a week. Maybe she's trying to blend in with the rest of the town there. She wants to go mostly unnoticed. So yeah, doing a few trade runs or something, or delivering.
I think in a week's time, you've probably mostly just been trying to retrofit the boat, right? Like, did you get all the like plush seats out of it and make it a bit more practical to live in, or?
Well, I want it to have storage space as well as be comfy enough for say 10 people.
Yeah, like you'd have had to have put in bunks, for instance, and a dinner table, because it had really just been gutted out and turned into this weird crack den on the water. You get the feeling like that's all the patron had required of it, but you need a little more. So we probably see you like doing some last minute like repairs to it, making sure the boat's all in tip-top shape, which it seems to be. You don't know boats that well, but seems okay.
Doesn't sink. That's good enough for me. That's all I want in a boat.
As you're kind of looking here, like behind you, just a light clicking noise coming up the jetty towards you.
I suppose I'll look up and see who's coming. I assume somebody with a peg leg.
Almost. Coming up the walkway. Well, he's probably reached you by now. He's kind of standing just before your boat. There's three men. The one on the right catches your eye first. He is a towering, not the tallest man you've seen before. He's not 8 foot fucking tall, like somebody, but this about 7 foot tall, obsidian black skinned man with very dark clothing on and a black sort of half mask over his face, staring at you with like these cold blue eyes. He's just this tall, intimidating figure. The man on the left has the same kind of black uniform on and a black half mask over his face. He has long, kind of greasy hair, and although you can't see his mouth, you can tell he's got like smiling eyes, like, you know, like happy smiling eyes, like he's probably grinning behind his mask. And then you look at last at the man in the middle, but your eyes kind of linger on him for the most. He's got very short cropped hair, like almost to his skull. He's got a long black coat and like very fancy dress. You recognise it as North Havenbrook style dress, very Edwardian.
These assholes, man.
And he's got a cane in his hand. Although it's for practical use, you can easily tell his right leg is completely mangled. Like, he's avoiding putting weight on it as best he can. It's all like twisted and looks badly damaged. His back seems twisted as well, like he's kind of standing with one shoulder back, coming towards you. He's got one very like pink eye that's weeping slightly at all times. And he gives you a smile, and you can see his teeth are uneven and broken in places. And he goes, "Ah, yes, you must be the good Captain Rose, is it?"
No, actually it's embers, but I rose from the fire. It's easy to get confused. If you're looking to hire a boat, gentlemen... sorry?
Very poetic.
Ah, yes. If you're looking to hire a boat, I'm afraid this one's not quite ready yet, but I can definitely recommend a couple to you.
No, we're not looking to hire a ship at the moment. Thank you for your offer. Might we come on board?
Oh, yes, of course, please. Come on board. Am I able to read a situation to see
Yes,
what the fuck these guys are trying to do?
That's a good shout.
First 6? Oh, it wasn't a 6. Incredible. So yeah, reading the 6.
Wow, we're already starting off good from the battle, babe.
Trust me, it'll be 6s from here on out. That's what I do. It's my speciality.
6.
If ever
like
there's
a
a game
12.
you need to roll really badly.
You rolled like 5 in the last session. It's like
In the last
and a
hour
half.
of the last
Yeah,
session, it was ridiculous.
pretty nuts.
Well, if you roll 3 6s in a row, Hocus has to come after you.
I'm fine with that.
House rules.
Yeah, so where's my best escape route? Which enemy is most vulnerable to me? Oh, are you reading a sitch or the person?
I'm trying to read the situation.
Cool. Which enemy is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What is my enemy's true position? Who is in control here? And
I get to pick. Oh, I get to
you get to ask one.
What's my enemy's true position? I always think that's a bit vague. I mean, I'm trying to find out what they're up to. Would that
Yeah,
be,
I mean, I'll
what's
give you
my enemy's true
information on your enemies here, I guess. The big guy is clearly the muscle. He also looks, although he's big, you notice a grace to his movements. He might be deceptively quick. The smaller guy looks more like the stealth and the skill. But your enemy's true position is definitely the man in the middle. For his like broken body and clear weakness, you can see he's very intelligent and slightly mad eyes. And he is looking at you with those eyes are fixed on you with great intensity.
Not a problem. I will show them on board. I don't know if I have drink on board, but I'll offer them a drink as well.
You can have some drink on board. I'm sure there was drink left over from the patron. So
some bong water then, gentlemen.
Oh boy.
So I offer them a drink. Say, so, how can I help you? If it's not to hire a boat, I don't see what other use I can be.
There was a gentleman who recently visited your little town. I was told that you met with him. His name was Wellworth. Jack Wellworth?
It doesn't ring a bell. What does he look like? I mean...
Oh, he was the man, about 30, handsome. Before his eyes were scooped out with a spoon. That is...
Oh. I don't think I've seen him. I probably would remember somebody if they'd had their eyes scooped out with a spoon.
That
sounds really, really impressionable.
My notes indicate that you were the last person to see him alive. You, the giant barbarian, and I have conflicting reports about a child. Yes, and he opens up a notebook and flicks through it. Is that not correct, Severard? And the other guy says, "Aye, boss. That's what we were able to gather." Yes, there you go. Apparently you were the last to see him alive. Before the stabbing and the spoons.
I remember seeing the big guy, the giant barbarian guy. He's huge. No, I remember seeing him stab somebody. One of the guards asked me about that. I think it was Domino. Domino, the guard, would be the person to speak to. I think she took care of that situation.
Yes, the guard in a coma right now.
She's in a coma.
Yes.
Did she get attacked by the big guy as well? Jeez.
You see, he tilts his head and eyes you with and he kind of has to wipe a bit of the weep away from his other eye. It's to you, lying has become something of a reflex. I see. It is understandable in this world. It's a good way to get by. Now, I know that you were there and you were close to it all when it happened. I know one of the three of you slapped him. His brother is the mayor of North Havenbrook, and as such it is important that I look into his untimely demise. Now,
What was this?
we are going to exhume the body, of course. It needs to be buried correctly back in his family plot. I wonder, an 8-foot man stabs someone in the stomach. Seems more like he'd go for the head, maybe the neck. The stomach, that's more of somebody smaller, surely. Somebody maybe a few inches below. A child or a woman.
You mean?
Quick to pass the blame.
Well, while I would gladly accept the blame, I'm afraid I'm innocent.
As you're speaking, the large, dark-skinned man slowly begins to walk around behind your chair. Are you sitting down right now, or were you standing on the deck, or?
I would have offered them seats, but I would have remained stood.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have.
He's not standing behind your chair, but he moves so he's in your blind spot.
Okay. So I'll say, while I would happily accept blame if I was in fact guilty, I definitely remember seeing it, and Domino, who I'm sorry to hear she's in a coma. She was a good person. It's a shame about that, but she'd be the person to speak to about it. She took the statements. You may be able to get the statements from the major, whatever his name was.
Yes, we've already talked with the major. He gave some information, a bit vague. I always find it better to get from the source. I have my own ways of getting statements. Perhaps we could. And as he's talking, there's a knock on the wall. And you look round, and there's one of the town guards is standing there. Let's give him a name. Yeah, let's go with that one.
Jukebox.
Okay, Jukebox. Jukebox is standing there.
God.
What's my favourite guard? He's always singing.
He got that unfortunate name because after a few drinks he does tend to sing, even if he's not the best at it. Jukebox. He's one of the younger guards. Hair kind of always kept in like a short-ish mohawk, like a clumpy mohawk on top. Probably Hispanic, I think. And he's there and he's like, Embers, is there a problem in here?
No, we're just discussing that incident that happened where that gentleman was attacked by the big barbarian guy. I don't think there's a problem. Is there a problem, guys?
Not a problem, no. No, I think it'll be easily solved. Right.
Okay, if I could do anything to help, do let me know, but I really should get back to sorting out the ship.
Embers, Major wants to see you.
Okay, I'm very popular today. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Do you want to maybe take them off the boat first, Embers?
That was me hinting that they should leave.
He's like,
excuse me, gentlemen. Yeah.
Yeah, he put that in when it was quite clear they were not intending on standing at any point soon. So the guy gets up. He makes his. He does his best to try and not look like he's in great pain just from having to stand. But you hear him kind of go.
Would I be able to help him up, or
No.
would I be too far away from that?
If you kind of move to help him up, he steadies himself before you can. Kind of goes. And until next time, Captain Embers, is it?
Yes. I'm sure I'll see you around.
You shall. And him and his companions slowly leave. Jukebox waits a little while for them to get ahead of you and then goes, well, what the fuck was... Sorry about him, he showed up the other day. He's already questioned half the guards. He kind of gives me the creeps.
It seems dangerous. The other two with him are pussycats, but he's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't like his title. What the fuck is an Inquisitor, anyway? Never mind. Come on, we better get you to the Major.
Oh, I was hoping you were joking about that.
Doomwolf. Actually, no, not Doomwolf, sorry. We need to save you for last, I'm afraid. Green.
Yes.
So we fly across the mountain, across the hills, to the grotto. Probably get a cool aerial shot, so we get some nice positioning. So
I'm aerial shot is just hills.
Yeah, I'll work on a Game of Thrones intro for this, where everything grows out of the ground.
Yes.
So what does the grotto look like when we see it from kind of above? Do you want me to give you a
when we
page
see
to
it
draw
from
on?
above, we see this lake in this valley in the middle of a whole bunch of mountains, and we see basically a hole, like a big cave entrance on the side of the mountain, but it doesn't look like you could enter there. But we can see light shining from outside of this cave entrance, and we see on the other side we see this long mountain path, this kind of treacherous small mountain path leading down from the hills, entering the hill in a smaller cave entrance, and from that as well there's light shining, and I think we see kind of the camera going through that smaller entrance, and it opens up into these cave systems basically that are, I think there's like 3 big caves. One of them is the one that's like the entrance cave, and then there's the one with the view of the lake, and then there's a third one that doesn't have any openings to the outside, and a few smaller openings and stuff around that.
Kind of giving light, but not very accessible.
Yeah.
Giving good lighting.
And there's just people around, and there's I'm thinking a little bit I'm thinking a little what's it called in Fallout 3. Little lamplight.
I was thinking torchlight, but yeah, it's little lamplight.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like these kind of constructions around, and there's a few. I think there's a cavern somewhere where we have like a wooden bridge going over it. But what's very prevalent is that there's, in the one cave, there's water coming down from the walls, and there's a big pool of water. With I bet a lot of people in it, and there's steam coming off of the water in the like separated cave. It's definitely a hot springs, but there's also different pools in the other caves. So there's basically every cave, each of the 3 caves has a big pool of water that all glow in different colors. So the hot springs glows in a deep blue. The one that looks over the lake glows in a bright green, and the one at the entrance glows in a almost like purple violet kind of color. And yeah, there's just people around, just eating, talking, sitting in the hot springs, and there's a bunch of people playing music. I think we have a bunch of like makeshift guitars and drums and whatever. And we see Green, who is this kind of fairly modest-looking person. He doesn't look particularly striking. He has a weathered face and a body that looks as if it's hurt before, but is now kind of okay. He wears these long, kind of green-grayish robes. That they're not like religious robes; they're more like he's just wearing something and like some trousers underneath. His eyes are constantly looking around the room, looking at who does what and what conversations are going on, kind of keeping an eye on the things going on. Very, very like striking green eyes, and he stands at this. It almost looks like an altar, where there's these stones that look like they're some kind of symbol, and in front of the stones there's this almost perfectly square body of water that is very. There's no ripples or anything. There's no one in it. It's very calm.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just standing there and kind of looking around, and I think he goes over to carry something somewhere. There's always something. Like maybe we just had a trader come in from somewhere that traded us a bit of food. I think we're like halfway self-reliant. I think we're like up on the hill. There's or like down in the valley and up on the hill. There's stuff we hunt and stuff we grow.
Yeah.
But there's definitely also traders coming in that we trade with. We give them water usually because it has healing properties, and in return we get food and
I
other
think
stuff.
There's a suspicion, a superstition with your water. It's not super proven, but people think it helps fight off madness. I know our angel in other games keeps some water in his mask. Like he has a old bird style mask that he evaporates and breathes in. So yeah, I think people tend to drink it.
Yeah, and also like the water definitely has its healing properties. If not used correctly, they're very minor. But it, like rules-wise, it can be an angel supplier. So it can definitely, if applied correctly, have like heal to great effect.
Maybe it needs a little distilling or something before it.
Yeah, totally. Like
transported.
You have to
prepare it. Mojo, man.
If you just drink it, it's
cool.
It's probably keeps you a little healthier, but it won't heal you.
So, Lissar comes up to you. You just picked this bucket of. I think it's a bucket of supplies. You've been helping out the work, and Lissar comes up to you. What does Lissar look like?
Lissar is a she, and looks as we expect a woman to look. Usually, she has like long hair, she has like long wavy clothes. She looks weak, like she's very skinny. She doesn't look like she would do much work, but well, her type of work is a very peculiar one, and not necessarily that of bodily, like.
So Lissar
physical stuff
comes up to you, and sort of, waits for you to be finished working. Doesn't offer to help. No, she wouldn't be much good with the heavy lifting, and says, looks like the reports check out. There's a large group moving pretty near to the compound. Well, we don't know if they're coming here or not, but they've been hanging around for a few days. People are starting to get concerned. No, we're not sure. I don't recognize them. Well, our scouts didn't. I haven't seen them personally. I sent Gage out. He had a look. He said they don't look...
How close are they?
An hour's walk. Closer to us than the base. Closer to us than Castletown. If they were going there, they'd have stuck to the main routes.
Do they seem dangerous?
Oh yeah. I mean, it looks like they've got... I don't know, they're not moving around like they're planning on attacking, but Gage says he saw some people tied up. I think you should go have a look.
I think I should. I nod and I kind of like I turn around and I say I should take Gage with me just in case.
Definitely. I'd be careful. Don't engage with them. There's a lot of them. Just have a look, okay? Maybe they're not coming here. That would be nice.
All right. I'll leave things in Nippikin's hands while I'm away. You help him out if anything goes wrong.
Why do you always leave Nippikin in charge? He's a bit of a weird one.
I kind of smile and I say, well, most people would say the same thing about you.
She nods at that and is like, okay, well, that's fair. Just be careful out there and try and keep your temper.
Of course. Always. And I go get my hunting rifle. And just to make sure when I go get Gage. And I want to go...
Green refresh.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll cut from you and you can refresh now. So, we'll quickly nip back to the town. Father?
Yes?
You have been waiting with a few of your disciples. The Major called for you. The Major is the man who runs this hardhold, the Hardholder. He's tough guy, a bit intimidating, very military in his look. He still wears naval fatigues, even though most of his men now just wear combat trousers and a shirt and their armor. He still keeps quite a starched appearance. He asked you to bring some of your people here. Some people you trusted, who you could travel with. He didn't say far. He didn't say you'd be gone long. He knew he needed your help with something.
Ah, okay. Then I bring a small crew. I bring Revelations and Genesis.
Revelations and Genesis, always good.
Can I ask a quick question, Matt?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. The Hardholder, does he count as an NPC at the moment? Because I know he's going to be your character.
No.
But some people's moves, no.
I will treat him as a PC because he is my PC. So
okay. Should we have a checks with him then? If you were going to treat him as a PC.
Yes, but he's not going to be important enough in this session to worry about that.
Okay, no problem.
I'm not expecting him on screen.
I didn't know how much trouble it was going to be for me.
He won't be on screen for more than 5 minutes.
Would you say that Revelation and Genesis are the beginning and end of your group?
Good tish.
So thanks for playing green. You can fuck off now.
Bye-bye. It's been
It's only
a
reason
fun
he
time.
joined for that joke.
Tip your waitress. I'll play all week.
So yeah, you've got Revelations and Genesis there, and the Major and a few of his he's got, well, I think he's got two of his guards just hanging around. They don't seem to be guarding him, but he normally has men nearby. And as you're kind of waiting there, we see Father. What does Father look like?
Father looks really, really odd for Apocalypse Worlds. Everyone else is dressed in like rags and, Apocalypse World shit. Father's in Middle European, like 1900s fur coat, leather tunic. Like he just looks out of here. He's in the old clerical outfit, the one that was made of fur coats instead of linen.
Yeah.
And he's got like
kind of like
cross.
the picture you have in your bio. Is that quite close?
That was so accurate. It scared me.
Right. So
just imagine that with the cross.
Quite an intimidating dude. Kind of when he stands in that outfit. Revelations and Genesis, are they related? Are they like brothers, lovers?
Ironically, they're
both.
They're not lovers or brothers. Oh my god. How do I explain it? One's an old man, and one's like a younger woman. Revelations is the old man who kind of just talks in spurts, but the spurts are always extremely radical and religious. Genesis, on the other hand, she doesn't speak much, but you could tell that she has a lot more to say.
Quiet, but maybe contemplative.
Yeah.
Putting down wee things for them. Great, okay. So, you've got these two behind you, and they're both maybe, although Genesis and Revelation, is an older man, he's quite stockily built, quite strong looking.
Oh yeah, this looks like...
Yeah.
Looks like he fights beggars.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing like a big dark beard on him, and like, old, but that kind of way when you shake some old guy's hands, if they wanted to, they could break every bone in it, because they've spent their whole life working with them. Yeah. Great. So they're both there. You don't know why you've been called here yet. And as you're standing there, Balls enters, pushing in front of him. Like he just shoves Burroughs in the back between the shoulder blades and pushes you into the room.
I just stumble around and start looking immediately at all the things. I don't even care.
And from the other way, Jukebox leads in Embers. And you both enter at the same time, and you see Father standing. You know Father. Everyone in the community is aware of Father and what he does. No one's entirely sure what that is. They know he does it.
He does it well.
He tends
He's got a lot of
to-
people.
Whatever that means.
A lot of people.
Of sheeple. And yeah, you guys you guys enter with pushing, and Major goes, "Thank you, Jukebox. Thank you, Balls. I'm glad to see no black eyes on Burroughs." And Balls,
I lift up my hood. I'm like, "Yep, none. We're good." And I
Good.
put it back.
Oh my god.
I need your help. And I think you're going to help me out.
Is he just talking to the room?
Yeah, he's just talking to the room. He's definitely not talking directly at Burroughs. He kind of gave
I didn't
Burroughs
think so.
a pretty quick look over and then moved on. Now, Embers. I'm still not used to that.
What's my name?
Domino's been... Domino got shot. You were there. And so were you, Burroughs. You saw the damage?
Yeah, right after you attacked me.
Yes, indeed. Well, and then Skeleton is back. There we go.
You disappeared from me. That was weird.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, everyone disappeared from me.
Oh, roll 20.
I lost Matt and Skeleton, that was it.
Yeah. So, you did a good job, Burroughs, in bringing back the medicine that we needed. Our angel, our good doctor, has told me that the swelling has gone down enough on Domino's brain to take her to the grotto. I was hoping, Burroughs, you would go with her, since you were part of the people who helped the first time round. It would go a long way to alleviating some of my men's misgivings about you since the loss of Christ, Halt, and Rafe.
I already started this. I'll finish this.
I just thought you might be interested in helping. Especially since I allowed you to keep that ship you brought back.
It's very kind of you.
I know.
Savage.
Father, I know
Yeah.
you've been up to the grotto more than anyone else here. I think you'd make a good lead. Would you be willing to go with Revelations and Genesis here and take a fallen member of the flock up to the grotto and have her seen to?
That depends. Will I see you in Sunday's church?
Ooh.
He's one of these guys.
And beside you, Revelations goes, Amen. Roll. I think if you want him to go to the church, you're going to have to manipulate him or seduce him with religion.
Oh.
Because you've not seen him in church for a while.
Alright.
He definitely
He's been in church though, right? From that.
Alright.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
I think the concrete thing is you have to bring Juno back.
Yeah,
If Juno comes
alright.
back to me, you'll see me in church.
Domino.
If Domino comes back to me, you'll see me in church.
I'd say is Juno starting to play now.
I see you in church if I see Domino in church.
I'll kind of open up my notebook. We'll see you in church. Well then.
Welcome, he says. That's funny.
I'll shoot the hard holder a look and I'll say, not the boat, not anything like that, but Domino is a good person. I'm happy to help out.
Good. I appreciate this. It's not long. You should hopefully be able to get there before nightfall if you leave now. Though Green has never given us any reason. It never turned any of us away before. He's been a useful ally.
Don't make me start now.
So, yeah, don't make him start now.
Do we need to get messy if he refuses?
No,
No.
you need to convince him.
I suppose I could do that.
You've always had a way with he was probably about to say manipulating
Getting your
people,
way.
and it's of convincing people. You're good with them.
From you, that means very little, but I appreciate it anyway.
Anyway, Embers, I suspect you want to get out of town for a few days, considering the guest we have clicking around.
He's of little importance to me.
Oh, he's a fucking nuisance for me.
No, just say the word and he'll stop being. But anyway, we should probably get going.
Drip.
So you guys head out. Domino is stretchered effectively. They've given you they've managed to trace you an actual stretcher and harnesses, I think, to help whoever's carrying them, because it's
Like a litter?
Yeah, there's a proper litter, and I think there's shoulder supports and everything, because you're going to have to carry her 6 kilometers.
Yeah.
Luckily, they are not a particularly big person, Domino. For those of you who didn't watch the first session, Domino is
It's a they, right?
they're
That's
they,
what you
yeah.
say.
They completely hairless, and they're covered in such a elaborate mix of tattoos that it's almost impossible to tell their gender. Most people who live in the town know Domino. Domino being one of the least shitty of the guards.
What pronouns does Domino use?
They, them.
They, them? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Domino's a they, them.
I think Domino's, before they weren't that fast, it was kind of they
Yeah.
get referred to as he and she, and they're just yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think I have to say that I think Domino doesn't care what you call them, but most people in the town have tried to keep to they.
From what I remember, it was like that Domino just responds to everything.
Yeah, Domino doesn't care what gender you call them by.
And so you can just call it, and it's cool.
Yeah. Domino's was, like I said, an easygoing guard. Okay, so you guys head out. It's going to be a fair trek, like I said, but you start making time. Oh yeah, Father had to roll fortunes. Cool.
Nice.
You rolled an 11, so
surplus.
So you get all your surplus, yeah. So does that mean you just get like a bunch of extra barter?
Nah, I just get growth.
Okay, so yeah, you got growth. I think we'll say that growth very well might be the major will join your flock if you do well.
Nice.
I think you do also get some barter unless you've got something that minuses it.
That's really silly. I get barter if I choose to get barter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but that's fine. Cool. So you successfully your group is doing well. So you walk for several hours, moving up in the direction you know the grotto to be. It's a winding, confusing path, and you have to walk through several miles or like a mile or two of just woodland to find the path. It just starts randomly in the middle of the woods because it's such a pain in the ass to keep paths clear when you're not up on the hills because everything grows so quickly. But Father knows the way, and Father leads you to this path. Leads you up and around and through, moving up into the hills above the base. You travel for a couple of hours. Revelations and Genesis breathing heavily, having to take a few breaks because they're Domino isn't a big person, but they're still a person that they have to carry.
Yeah.
Can I roll to read a sitch, kind of like perception for the travel? Like just keep my eyes out.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, is it a charged situation?
It's no, it's actually, I wouldn't say it's a charged situation yet.
I just want to keep
will,
on the lookout. I already had visions that I was weirded out about.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't see shit. So
we'll put that down as your one for the thing I was about to say. Basically, I think when I say something, then it becomes a situation and you can kind of read it. And the situation you come up to ahead is you see several lights, like fire lights burning in the woods. And you can hear the sound of people coming and going and moving. And Burroughs, you see these people and you hear the sounds of them. And I haven't got my moves list up. Your moves, 88. Page 88. That's not page 88 at all. You lied to me.
Basic moves. Which one are you looking for?
No, I'm just seeing what I can do. I'm just looking for inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Tell them. Oh. Okay, so
it's like I noticed them too late or something, right?
No, I think you come up, you see them, and you've been bored from travel. You think, oh, good, it's the people of the grotto. Like, you assume you're close enough now. These must be the people of the grotto nearby. That is kind of the assumption that you take. That's yeah. I think you still get to ask a question though. You just get to do the worst. You expect the worst.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Basic moves. What should I be on the lookout for?
You should look out for the green because he's the grotto leader, so you should try and find him.
All right. I see the lights in the forest, and I'm like, oh, I think we're close. I say aloud to the group.
Are we close, Matt?
No.
Well, you're the one who's there, who's guiding us.
Yeah.
I'm the guide.
You're still definitely about an hour away, but you hear like the sound, that kind of sound of people mid-conversation, hearing a voice going, huh? And finally, sorry it took so long to get to you, Eric. Doomwolf. You've been tracking Bob and his men for the last few days. Bob is from Brink. He was sent here looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he had far too many men to bring directly to the base. He would just start a fight. And you've been watching him. He has 40 good, hard-looking individuals, scary-looking fuckers with baseball bats, guns, knives. Basically, he's taken almost the entire town guard of Brink and came hunting for you. Understandable,
Wow.
as we know you shot his brother Bill, the mayor of Brink.
Bill and Bob.
Yeah.
Bill and Bob. Yeah.
And you're looking at the camp right now from a vantage point through your sniper rifle, Uria.
Okay. Let's see.
How best to run away?
Yeah.
Fuck this shit!
I always can run away, so that's not the problem. I first want to read the sitch, I think.
Cool. Bring it on.
So that is sharp, or what is it?
That's sharp for read the sitch, unless you've got a move that makes it otherwise.
Nah. Cool.
Nice. Ask
Wow.
your 3 questions.
Let's see. Basic moves. So, first question: which enemy is the biggest threat?
Which enemy is the biggest threat?
Yeah.
Well, that would be Bob. Wait, was it Bob? It's Bob. Bob is the brother. Bob. You can see him down there. He's a shorter guy. Bowler hat on his head. Old moth-eaten suit on. He's the drive behind these people and the one moving them in the direction that you need to go. That pushing them in the direction of you. He's got them all riled up and hunting for you. And so far, he's the thing keeping them in the woods and keeping them looking for you.
Okay. Second question: which enemy is the most vulnerable to me?
Bob. You can see him right through your sniper rifle. You're looking directly at him.
Good. And then last question: what should I be on the lookout for?
You should be on the lookout for Juno and Trey. Juno and Trey were the 2 people who originally when you went to Brink all that time ago, doing your lone wandering gunman kind of thing. Juno and Trey had just lost their daughter, Scrolls. They just lost their daughter, Scrolls, to Bill. Bill had taken him to the mansion and killed her. And he had done this to a couple of women over the last couple of years. And that's what initially caused you to snipe poor Bill in the head. Now, it seems Bob found this out and has brought Trey and Juno along. And has been dragging them with him. And at all times there's a guard nearby to them, armed. And he knows you're a sniper. He knows how you deal with things. And as such has been keeping Juno and Trey obvious out in the open, and obviously always, like, you can tell the orders are, if anything happens, the first thing is we shoot these 2 people. And he's making that very clear and displayed. And as you're looking through your like, and you've had this problem now for, like, you've probably been following them for maybe 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
As you've been kind of watching them and following them, trying to figure out what to do, waiting for a situation to change, for something to happen, you notice a slight sort of disturbance in the camp, and some people go off to one side, investigating something. Not a big group of the people, just enough to, like, investigate.
How many are there?
Around about 40.
40.
Okay.
It's a medium guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to ask Yuria if I should shoot Bob now.
9. So if you... Yeah, okay, so you'll get a +1 if you do what Yuria says, and you'll have to act under fire if you want to go against it. Yuria says... Don't take the shot. It's too dangerous. Wait until the time's better. Kill them when you're safe. I don't want you hurt, my dear.
What the fuck is the gun lucky?
Gun lucky?
Okay.
So for those who are wondering, yeah, you can explain it if you want.
Yeah, so normally the gun like is just someone with a lot of guns and shoots people, but I have this sniper stolen from my cult, and basically I'm now talking to this gun with a move from another playbook.
What the fuck?
Yuria, his gun, gives him advice.
Yeah.
Green.
Yes.
Coming from the other direction, you have seen this large camp and can clearly make out the leader in the middle. Gage at your side goes, "That's a lot of people."
'Tis.
Father, Burrows, and Embers, on the other side of the camp, a group of about 6 people have moved towards you and begin to move through the brush, going, "Who's there?"
Can I first try to read a sitch?
Yes,
I want
absolutely.
To find out why these
I'm kind of trying to
here.
simulate everyone is now in the same time and space.
Yep.
Trying to Tarantino the shit out of this, aren't you?
Ask one.
No, wait, it's not Tarantino shit. It's Lock, Stock. Who the fuck's Lock, Stock? Is that Guy Ritchie?
Yeah, Guy Ritchie. Yeah.
Just where all the plot lines all come together at the same time, and it all just fucks it.
Which enemy is the biggest threat? And remember, this is to me. This is not to I don't care who wants to kill Doomwolf.
Which enemy is the biggest threat to you?
I mean, yeah, basically. Engage.
This group is now worryingly close to the grotto. They are definitely... I mean, they are the biggest threat in that they are the only threat. Like, it's not good that have a group this big, this close to you. They could... It's no one really ever stumbles across you unless you've told them where you are. This is it's pretty rare for a big group to be accidentally this close to you. Though that does seem to be what's happening here.
I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're looking for Doomwolf, so I'm like... Ugh.
But they also don't seem to be directly charging your direction. Although they do seem to be scouring the area a little bit. There's like signs that they're in kind of search mode.
Yeah, so once I realize that, I think I turn to Gage and I say, what do you think we should do? I want to trigger my insight that Gage gives me.
I thought it was Lisa who gave you insight, or is it any of them?
Huh? Any of my 3 chosen friends.
Nice. Okay. So you're going to get insight from Gage. One sec. I'm just going to...
Like, what does he think we should do here?
Yeah. So Gage looks over the group. I don't... Actually, I've never looked at the insight rule, so tell me if I'm doing this horribly wrong. Do I just basically give advice, and if you follow it, you get a +1?
They ask them what they think your best course is, and the MC will tell you. If you pursue that course, take +1 to any rolls you make in the pursuit. If you pursue the course but don't accomplish your ends, you mark experience.
Pursue the course but don't accomplish your ends, mark experience.
So if they give me advice and I follow it, but it basically was the wrong advice, so I don't get what I want because it was bad advice, I get experience.
I don't think we should engage. We don't have enough people. I don't think they're looking for us. We should just stay out of this.
Yeah, I nod. We should keep watch in case something happens.
Okay.
And I do want to take out my rifle and have it ready in case they like something, because I don't trust this group of people. Yeah.
I'm just going to pause my recording and go back. So
nobody do anything interesting.
Nobody do anything interesting. Everyone be boring.